India Meteorological Department completes 150 years. On this occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Mission Mausam. Mission Mausam will give better information in weather forecasting. India got a big success in the field of defense. Anti-tank Nag Mk2 missile test was successful. Nag Mk2 will soon be included in the army. India became a member of UNCEBD. Data innovation will get a boost. UNCEBD works on the opportunities and challenges of big data. Big announcement of Odisha government. Ayushman Bharat Yojana implemented in the state. Poor and needy families will get insurance of 5 lakhs. Announcement of Artificial Intelligence Action Summit 2025. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the summit. Artificial Intelligence Action Summit will be organized in Paris from 10th to 11th February. Recently, the 150th Foundation Day of IMD, that is India Meteorological Department, was celebrated. On this occasion, a commemorative postage stamp and coin were issued on the achievements of IMD. Apart from this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Mission Mausam. It is noteworthy that Mission Mausam has been launched with the aim of improving weather forecasting. A budget of Rs 2,000 crores has been kept for the first 2 years of this mission. Under this, large-scale investment will be made to improve monitoring modeling forecast. This will directly benefit major sectors from agriculture, aviation and defense to disaster management, tourism and health. Let us tell you that this mission will be much bigger than the Monsoon mission launched in 2012. The aim of Mission Monsoon was to improve weather forecasting. This mission played an important role in the rejuvenation of IMD. At the same time, research will be done in the new mission on the impact of climate change on the weather. Furthermore, a weather monitoring network and Doppler weather radars will be installed for forecasting. There is also a plan to launch new weather satellites under this mission. For information, let us tell you that IMD was formed in the year 1875 in Calcutta. Its headquarters was shifted from Calcutta to Shimla and then to Pune. Currently, its headquarters is located in New Delhi. This institution works under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Its objective is to provide information related to weather, such as agriculture, shipping, aviation, and offshore oil exploration. Along with this, information is also to be given about weather events that cause damage to life and property. Recently, India successfully tested the indigenously developed third-generation anti-tank guided missile, Nag Mk2. On this occasion, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh congratulated DRDO. Notably, this missile has been developed by DRDO. It is noteworthy that the test was conducted at the Pokhran field in Rajasthan. DRDO has now announced that the entire weapon system is ready to be inducted into the Indian Army. Let us tell you that Nag Mk2 is an indigenously manufactured all-weather fire and forget lock-on anti-tank guided missile ATGM. After launch, it requires minimum operator intervention. According to defense experts, the Nag Mk2 missile is effective against modern armed vehicles. The exact range of this missile is still confidential, that is, it has not been publicly disclosed. However, according to estimates, the range of Nag Mk2 can be from 7 to 10 kilometers, which is a significant improvement over its predecessor, Nag Mk1, with a range of only 4 kilometers. It is noteworthy that the indigenous manufacturing of Nag Mk2 is highly significant, as India previously had to procure anti-tank missiles from other countries. In 2020, during the heightened tensions between India and China in Ladakh, India had to procure 200 anti-tank missiles from Israel. Recently, the Department of Biotechnology has launched a platform under the Genome India project. This platform will share 10,000 human genome data sets. In the second phase of this project, researchers are planning to sequence the genomes of those people who are suffering from various diseases. It is noteworthy that the human genome acts like an instruction manual inherited from our parents, determining how our body develops and functions. This genetic information determines everything from a person's height to the color of his hair and eyes and the diseases he inherits. It is a book written with just 4 letters A, C, G and T. These are the 4 bases which together form the unique genetic structure of everyone. Genome sequencing means understanding the complete genetic information of an organism. For information, let us tell you that the Genome India project was first approved in 2020. Its purpose was to research genetic diversity at the genome level. Under this project, researchers from 20 different scientific institutions have come together for the sequencing of 10,000 genomes. However, now this target has been increased to 1 million genome sequences. Recently, National Youth Day was celebrated in India on 12th January. On this occasion, Viksit Bharat Young Leader Dialogue and National Youth Festival were organized at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. National Youth Day is celebrated on the occasion of the birth anniversary of India's great philosopher and religious guru, Swami Vivekananda. It is worth mentioning that the Government of India had announced to celebrate his birth anniversary as National Youth Day in 1984. Swami Vivekananda is definitely an ideal for the Indian youth generation, and he is also a source of inspiration for the coming generations. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose has described him as the maker of modern India. Let us tell you that Swami Vivekananda was born on 12th January 1863 in Kolkata, West Bengal. His childhood name was Narendranath Dutt. He was a disciple of Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. He founded Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 with the aim of spreading the teachings of Ramakrishna Paramhans. Ramakrishna Mission was a Hindu religious organization, but it also considered other religions to be great. It supported ideal worship, and according to it, idol worship is a simple way of worship. Swami Vivekananda addressed the World's Parliament of Religions, Chicago in 1893 and told people that Vedanta is not only the religion of Hindus but of all humans. Along with this, he introduced the Vedanta and Yoga philosophy of India to the Western world. For information, let us tell you that Swami Vivekananda established Belur Mutt in West Bengal, which was his permanent residence. His major books include Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Recently, the United Nations released the World Economic Situation and Prospects report. According to the report, the global economic growth rate is expected to be 2.8% in the year 2025. It is noteworthy that this growth rate is similar to the year 2024 and is lower than the pre-pandemic average, that is 3.2%. The main reason for this slowdown is the slow growth rate of US and China. The report says that developing economies like India and Indonesia will perform strongly. According to the report, South Asia, especially India, will be among the fastest growing economies in the world. India's growth rate is expected to be 6.6% in 2025 and 6.8% in 2026. This growth will be mainly due to strong private consumption and investment. It is noteworthy that artificial intelligence is playing an important role in India's economic growth. The use of AI is increasing productivity and efficiency in various sectors, thereby stimulating economic growth. However, the report also notes challenges such as high debt levels, inequality, and climate change. Multilateral action is needed to address these challenges. Apart from this, the report also states that global inflation is likely to come down from 4% in 2024 to 3.4% in 2025, which will provide relief to consumers and businesses. Recently, India has become a member of UNCEBD, that is, United Nations Committee for Experts on Big Data and Data Science for Official Statistics. This membership demonstrates India's initiative in alternative data sources for data innovation and policy making. Let us tell you that UNCEBD is a platform that considers the opportunities and challenges of big data. It also explores its potential for reporting on sustainable development goals. It was formed in the year 2014. Australia was the first president of this platform. Currently, it is chaired by South Africa. 2 members also work as vice presidents, including Denmark and United Kingdom. It has 31 member countries, including India, while 16 international organizations have its membership. Its conference is organized every year. It is noteworthy that India will get many benefits by becoming a member of this platform. This will improve India's statistical capabilities and also provide better access to the field of big data. For information, let us tell you that big data is a group of data generated in large quantities which is difficult to handle with traditional data management tools. This data comes from various sources such as social media, online transactions, sensor devices, and digital media. In business, it is used to understand consumer behavior and prepare marketing strategies. The Artificial Intelligence Action Summit will be held from 10th to 11th February 2025 in Paris, the capital of France. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also participate in this summit. It is to be noted that French President Emmanuel Macron announced this summit during the 30th Ambassadors Conference. 90 countries, including the US, China, India, and Gulf countries, have been invited to this summit. The objective of the summit is to promote global dialogue on the development and regulation of AI. It is worth mentioning that the program will focus on 5 key themes: public interest in AI, the future of work, innovation and culture, trust in AI, and global AI governance. President Macron has emphasized the need to position France and Europe at the center of the AI sector. Issues such as the misuse of AI and misinformation will also be discussed at the summit. This summit will serve as a significant platform for strengthening global commitment to the ethical and inclusive development of AI. It is noteworthy that artificial intelligence is the ability of computer systems to demonstrate human-like intelligence such as learning, problem-solving, language understanding, and decision-making. Major applications of AI include machine learning, deep learning, and others that are useful in various industries. Recently, the newly elected President of the United States, Donald Trump, announced his intention to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. He stated that this name would align with America's interests. Trump's proposal has sparked debate in the international community. In Mexico, this move is seen as a sign of disrespect towards their sovereignty. The objective of Trump's proposal is to control illegal immigration and drug trafficking from Mexico. However, experts believe that renaming the Gulf will impact geographical perceptions and historical aspects. The Gulf of Mexico, known as Golfo de Mexico in Spanish, is a significant part of the Atlantic Ocean. It is bordered by the United States to the north, Mexico to the south, and Cuba to the southeast. Covering an area of approximately 1.6 million square kilometers, it is located west of the Caribbean Sea. The deepest point in the Gulf is the 6B Deep, with a depth of 14,383 feet below the surface. Notably, the Gulf is a rich marine habitat and one of the largest petroleum reserves in the world. It is also strategically important for the oil and gas industry. Recently, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal inaugurated the National Turmeric Board. Its aim is to promote the production and export of India's golden spice, turmeric. Notably, this event was organized in New Delhi. It is noteworthy that Pale Ganga Reddy has been appointed as the first chairman of this board. Its headquarters will be located in Nizamabad, Telangana. This board will mainly focus on 4 points, which include research and development of turmeric products, improvement in turmeric production, exploration of new international markets, and improvement in quality and safety standards. Apart from this, an important function of the board will also be to ensure quality and safety standards for turmeric production and export. It is noteworthy that India produces about 70% of turmeric in the world. 30 varieties of turmeric are grown in India. In the year 2023-24, turmeric was cultivated in India in an area of 3.05 lakh hectares. It is noteworthy that in 2023-24, 1.62 lakh tons of turmeric was exported from India, valued at approximately USD 226.5 million. Recently, Odisha announced its decision to adopt the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Notably, the National Health Authority has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Odisha government to implement the Ayushman Bharat scheme in the state. With this, Odisha has become the 34th state to adopt the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Under this scheme, Odisha has been allocated a budget of 5,450 crore rupees, enabling its citizens to benefit from health insurance. It is noteworthy that the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana provides health insurance cover of up to rupees 5 lakh to poor and needy families. This scheme is the world's largest health insurance program, fully funded by the government. Its aim is to make healthcare services accessible and to provide relief to poor families from medical expenses. The scheme ensures financial security, enabling people to access treatment for severe illnesses without financial worries. It is worth mentioning that this scheme was launched in February 2018 and provides insurance coverage of rupees 5 lakh per family for secondary and tertiary care. That's all for now in this bulletin. After the news, let's take a quick look at 5 questions related to the bulletin. Question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Mission Mausam. Its objective is to enhance the capacities of the Indian Meteorological Department. Doppler radars and automatic weather stations are part of it. It will provide climate-related information exclusively for the agricultural sector. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? Question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding Nag Mk2 missile. It is an anti-tank guided missile ATGM. The missile is capable of operating during both day and night. It has been developed through a joint effort between India and Russia. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none? Question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding Ramakrishna Mission. It was founded by Swami Vivekananda in 1897. It was a Hindu religious organization. It opposed idol worship and described it as a simple form of worship. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? Question number 4. Consider the following statements regarding the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit 2025. It will be held in Paris from 10th to 11th February. Its objective is to promote global dialogue on the development and regulation of AI. The summit will focus exclusively on the commercial and economic aspects of AI. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none? Last question, question number 5. Consider the following statements regarding the National Turmeric Board. It was inaugurated by the Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal. Its first chairman is Pale Ganga Reddy. Its headquarters is located in Telangana. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none? On 13th January 2025, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 6.5 km long Z-Mode tunnel in Sonmarg, Jammu and Kashmir, connecting Gagangir to Sonmarg. Located on the Srinagar-Leh National Highway, the tunnel is situated at an altitude of 8,652 feet and was built at a cost of rupees 2,400 crore. Earlier, heavy snowfall would cut off Sonmarg during winters, but this tunnel will ensure year-round connectivity, boosting tourism and strengthening the local economy. This project is part of the central government's broader initiative to enhance connectivity in the Himalayan region. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will represent India at the swearing-in ceremony of newly elected US President Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. on 20th January 2025. The invitation was extended by the Trump-Vance Inaugural Committee. During his visit, Jaishankar will meet representatives of the new US administration and other dignitaries. Donald Trump, who previously served as the 45th US President from 2017 to 2021, will take the oath as the 47th President. The ceremony will be held in front of the US Capitol building, where the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court will administer the oath. Recently, Assam's Chiraideo Medum has been included in the UNESCO World Heritage List, making it India's 43rd and Northeast India's first cultural heritage site. The decision was taken at the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee held in New Delhi. Known as the Pyramids of Assam, the Medums are burial sites of the Tai Ahom dynasty's rulers and their family members. Constructed between the 13th and 19th centuries, these mounds contain royal remains and their prized possessions. Around 90 such Medums in Chiraideo showcase Assam's rich cultural and historical legacy. The 77th Indian Army Day was recently celebrated to honor the bravery, dedication, and sacrifices of the Indian Army. Observed annually, the day commemorates those courageous soldiers who laid down their lives in the defense of the nation. This year's theme, Samarth Bharat Saksham Sena, highlights the Army's strength, preparedness, and unwavering service to the nation. Indian Army Day was first celebrated on 15th January 1949, marking the appointment of the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Army. The United States has recently removed 3 Indian organizations from its entity list. These include the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center, and the Indian Rare Earths Limited. This move signifies growing India-US nuclear cooperation and defense partnership. The entity list, issued by the US Department of Commerce, is used to regulate trade with organizations deemed a risk to US national security or foreign policy. It includes foreign individuals, organizations, and institutions subject to export, re-export, and technology transfer restrictions. Scientists have recently discovered a new spider species named Big Boy. Considered one of the world's most venomous and dangerous spiders, it belongs to the Sydney funnel web spider family. Initially discovered by Ken Christensen in the early 2000s, this species has been officially named Atrax christensi. Recognized for its dark black or brown color and robust body structure, the spider primarily inhabits moist forest, deep burrows, and rocky areas. The central government has recently approved the establishment of a third launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota with a budget allocation of Rs 3,984 crore. This state-of-the-art launch pad is being developed to support next-generation launch vehicles and will also act as a backup for the existing launch pads. The project aims to enhance launch capacity for future human space missions such as Gaganyaan and improve efficiency and safety in space launch programs. The Union Education Minister recently launched the registration portal for the 3rd edition of Kashi Tamil Sangamam, scheduled to begin on 15th February 2025 in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. The program aims to rediscover and celebrate the country's old historical and cultural ties between Tamil Nadu and Kashi. Organized in collaboration with IIT Madras and Banaras Hindu University, the event will provide a platform for scholars, students, and philosophers and artists from Tamil Nadu and Kashi to share ideas and foster cultural exchange. The first edition was held from 16th November to 16th December 2022.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.